Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your December 2020 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa and this is Tessa's Tarot. Before I get into your guys' reading, I just want to make a couple of little announcements. I'm going to be using a couple of different decks than I normally use. I usually use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle and Influence of the Angels Tarot. But considering we are just starting in Sagittarius season and we just came out of Scorpio season, I thought it would be a really good idea to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle and Mystic Monday's Tarot. And the reason I say this is because during Scorpio season, we tend to kind of get bogged down in some really intense emotions, some dark emotions, some repressed emotions. Things can kind of start to come to the surface. We go through some like heavier periods of transformation. Every sign can experience this differently, but especially with the fact that like during Sagittarius season, which is the season of travel, meeting new people, going out and doing things, breaking boundaries, taking risks, really kind of putting that determined force to the test. And since we're a bit restricted, since there are restrictions going on right now, and we kind of have to take that energy more inward, I really feel like it'll be a really good time to see how some of those deeper emotions from Scorpio season can be worked through in a more creative, expressive, and fiery, kind of way. I think it's really good to kind of close out this 2020 cycle this year, just understanding a little bit more about who we are and how we can share what we have learned about the deeper parts of ourselves during Scorpio season and bring it out into an expressive and social and engaging form of like creativity and passion and expression, and just kind of like really bringing deeper feelings and deeper truths into higher states of conscious awareness, into higher states of creative awareness, like channeling that energy into a project, into something artistic, into something that can really kind of help our spiritual growth and our soul, and just all around, our mood, the optimistic, positive nature of the Sagittarius is very much like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do this because it makes me feel good, and I'm going to break boundaries with it. Like, they know no bounds. I'm actually representing the Temperance shirt. I have to represent Sagittarius season because I'm a Sagittarius. And so are you guys. So I feel like I'm preaching to the choir over here. So you guys know what's up. I actually ordered this Temperance shirt before Halloween, and I was going to wear it for a special video, but it never arrived before Halloween. It arrived after Halloween. So, I was like, okay, well, I'll just wear it for December. Tarot. Yeah, so that's why I was like, let's just kind of, let's kind of roll with these energies. Because I was still kind of feeling a little bit of the heaviness. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the moment Sagittarius season hit, like I just felt like I was able to breathe a fresh breath of air. Like things just felt so much more, so much lighter. And, I already felt like I can be a little bit more myself. Like I actually have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. I have mostly Sagittarius. I have a lot of Sagittarius, and then I have a lot of Scorpio, and I have a little bit of air. I have a little bit of Libra. But the Scorpio stuff can be really, really heavy for me, especially during Scorpio season. And it's like, oh my God, like the transformation that you go through doesn't stop. And everybody goes through a little bit of this transformation, whether you have Scorpio in your chart or not. The energy during Scorpio season kind of forces you to go through it on some level. You might experience it differently than other people. It just kind of depends on your birth chart and, what's kind of going on there. But as a collective, we do experience some form of it. So yeah, with that being said, so these are general readings. I do try to be a little bit more, I do try to focus my readings more on spiritual growth and spiritual guidance and getting to know yourself better. as opposed to the things that are going on around you. But I do read what the cards show. So if there's energies that are coming out in the tarot cards that suggest that there are people in your surroundings or things that are happening in your surroundings that are affecting you, then of course I'm going to address it. All right. So, but I do try to keep my readings a little bit more like on the, you know, like intuitive, but also, I try to keep the messages kind of like more about personal growth, you know, so that way anybody can kind of maybe learn something from it. So I did already pre-shuffle the decks, so they're ready to go. I just have to pull the cards. Also, just another quick thing I want to say, I did move my tarot table again. It was in my bedroom. Since I started this channel, I had it in my bedroom. And I finally decided to rearrange my living room and to fit my tarot table in the living room, because my living room, even though you can't see it, it's a lot more of a social atmosphere, and it's more open spaced, and I just like it here so much better because I kind of like to pretend like you guys are in my living room. Whereas my bed, and I also have this cool tapestry of the zodiac signs, which I couldn't put in my bedroom. My bedroom is kind of oddly shaped and decorated. And I also found that the space in my bedroom is much better for working out, like the area in front of my bed, it's much better for working out. But anyway, I'm going to stop babbling about my house and my aesthetic, and we're going to get into your reading, Sagittarius. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle to see kind of like what the underlying energy is going on here, what are some of the deeper emotions that need to kind of get worked through this month, and then how we can kind of transform that and turn that into something creative and positive. So just so you guys can prepare yourself a little bit better for 2021, you know, because we are wrapping up 2020, I feel like this is going to be a really good time to really truly figure out what it is that you want, especially with consideration to everything that's going on in the world. Like, how is your path being redirected? How has your path changed because of all of this? And how can you continue, you know, maybe what you want has altered. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like figuring things out all over again to some extent. Anyway, so we have resilience. And like, you can't really see, I know there's a glare, but this is actually a really cool card. Like, this girl is carrying, oh my God, like a whole load. There's tentacles in here, there's weeds in here, there's twigs, and she's like holding this, it almost looks like a meteor or an asteroid that is filled with like alien creatures and other botanical foreign entities, and she's kind of climbing this rock. So, and this card actually reminds me of the 10 of Wands in tarot, and the 10 of Wands is a Sagittarius card. It represents Saturn in Sagittarius, and it's just kind of like burden. It's about burdens. It's about carrying too much on your shoulders. And I can totally feel that, and I totally get that, because like when things in the world get kind of like unpredictable like this and kind of crazy like this is when Sagittarius energy is really kind of required to step up and shine a light on how this chaos can actually pave new ways forward. So you probably are feeling a lot of pressure and a lot of burdens inside of you on a soul level, whether you're aware of it or not. This is very much the Queen of the Moon Oracle can really dig up some like unconscious feelings that we're not even completely aware of, and that's why I really like this Queen of the Moon Oracle, because it deals with the moon and the moon phases and things that we don't even know that are kind of going on inside of us. So, and it's very deeply rooted in astrology, like very much. So yeah, so this is, this could very much be kind of like a feeling like you kind of have the world on your shoulder. It's like, well, how do we take this like situation and turn it into something positive? Like, how can we carve a new path out of this? Okay, like this is kind of like our time to step up on some level, or you might be feeling that way. Okay, and then we have growth. Growth, okay, so, you're probably feeling pressure to kind of grow. Definitely to evolve. I mean, this is very challenging. Needing to like break through all of this on a soul level and reach and allow yourself to grow from it and reach new heights and still like have faith that things are going to work out. And then we have beginnings. Okay, so we have resilience, growth, and beginnings. So this is very positive. So it's kind of like, there's definitely going to be, you're probably going to experience definitely some heaviness this month, especially this being your season. Like you really kind of understand the different facets of that Sagittarian energy, and more or less the pressure to kind of like have a plan for 2021 on some level, or like almost like pressure to deliver once the next cycle begins. And this is what this beginnings is about. It's about new beginnings. So it's kind of going to force you to really look at how you want to start the new beginning, how you want to start the new year. How have you grown through all of this? What has all this pressure and this burden and the feeling that you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder, what has it allowed you to discover about yourself? How has it helped you grow internally so that you can push through that final kind of like challenge, internal challenge or external or both, and step through this door, this portal, and step through this kind of like threshold, kind of like an initiation, and step out the other side feeling like you're on your mission, like you're on the right path, like you're on the right path. This energy, this new moon energy with beginnings, I also see it very much as like you can kind of decide, like you have full reign and power over your path and your destiny and how and where you want to go. Like this door can be a door to anything, kind of. But I also kind of feel like, this is also you coming to terms with what's in your soul and being true to what is in your soul. Okay, so I'm going to start pulling the tarot cards. So we have the Six of Swords. This is Mercury and Aquarius. Okay. Moving to calmer waters. Two of Swords, Moon in Libra, making a decision. Ooh, you need to make a decision based on your intuition. That might be a little rough. And then we have the Ten of Wands. Imagine the Ten of Wands falling right underneath that resilience card. You see, this is what I was talking about. You see how similar? One is facing one way, one is facing the other way, but you see how similar they are? The lady carrying all that on her back, and then this girl carrying all that on her back. So yeah, the resilience card is very much about the test. So this is like, this kind of confirms the pressure. It confirms the burdensome of what you are carrying. And I think that we're going to see what this says, but I think I feel like it's going to tell you it's time to let go, or it's time to release and to kind of allow the greater community to kind of like allow other people like to help you. Another Sagittarius card, the Eight of Wands. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. So yeah, very much about communication, very much about not keeping all that inside of you, not holding all that inside your heart, inside your soul, inside your chest, but actually like doing something with these feelings, since we are talking about the deeper feelings that we were going through during Scorpio season and how to bring it into a more balanced and stable form of awareness, it is about sharing, it is about expressing the things that we feel with others, but that's also how you create community. When you share the things that you go through, the things that you feel with other people, that's how you create community, and that is part of growth. Part of growth is being able to articulate what you're experiencing and feeling on a deeper level with other people, and sharing it, okay? And it actually ends up helping other people too, especially when the Six of Pentacles is coming out. This is the moon in Taurus, and the moon in Taurus is kind of like about helping others. It's kind of like being a source of support, and I mean, it can also represent like charity work and just kind of like being a mentor for other people, but it's very much about you being able to use the energy that you feel inside to share it with others, to where it can also help other people grow and evolve. It's like, so when we're talking about turning our emotions and the things that we feel and experience to higher states of awareness, that's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about like expressing something that we're feeling in a way where you can share it with someone else, but you're also kind of like giving them an open door to share their feelings as well. And so you're not just helping yourself, but you're also helping the other person. Because it's like, okay, well, during my Scorpio season, what I learned, for example, is like, oh, we all have these deeper emotions. Why not talk about them if we're all going through them? You know what I mean? It could be because like Sagittarius energy is kind of like the teacher. We kind of like take the truth from deep within us and like show us like, hey guys, like it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to say what you feel. And that's why Sagittarians are like given a bad rap, because we're always speaking our truth. We're always saying what we feel and what we think, because we've put our feelings through the initiation. We've put our feelings through this whole creative process, and then we realize, and it comes to our head, and we're like, oh my God, like this needs to be said. This needs to be expressed. It needs to be out in the open, because like we're the freedom sign. Where's the freedom of expression if everybody's just hiding their feelings inside and not saying what they really think, It's like a double-edged sword. And then we have the devil. We have the devil, Capricorn. This is very interesting. So basically the feeling that I got with this devil card is like it's like speaking your truth. Maybe not everybody will like it. Not everybody will like it. And we can come off as like, I don't want to say we can come off as evil. Maybe to some people we can, but it's like, I do feel a sense of like, maybe don't feel like you are, okay, so this is what I'm getting from this devil card. Don't feel like you are bondaged to your Sagittarius truth-telling energy so much to the point to where like, you're like, I'm just going to speak the truth all the time. I don't care whose feelings I hurt. And no, I mean, yeah, okay, so Sagittarius energy is very truthful and expressive, and they're mutable fire, so they can come off as very fiery and feisty, and it's like when we're angry. But like, don't limit yourself to thinking that you know it all. Like, don't limit yourself to believing that your way is the only way, where you can actually learn a lot from others. And I actually very much see this card as like a form of, it's like that, because this is represented by Capricorn. In Capricorn season, that's the beginning of the new year. That comes right after Sagittarius. They start the new cycle. And they start the new cycle with raw truth. Like Sagittarius truth is like expression. Raw truth is, hey, you have to work hard to get what you want. That is like Sagittarius truth is all just like words and thoughts and ideas. Whereas like Capricorn truth is like, ha ha ha, like this devil is kind of laughing at you, going like, okay, well, why don't you put your mouth where your money is and show me what you got? Like, put that expression to good use. Put that towards something that can create a future, where you can create a future for yourself. And like, you know, I always think it's kind of important to start thinking about what the next season provides. And the next season is Capricorn season, you know, and it's going to be about, you know, I feel like it's important to work through the energies from the last season, which is Scorpio season, learn how to like bring it into higher states of awareness, see how, you know, be optimistic about it. Because Scorpio season is really heavy and really dark, like, of course you're going to have Sagittarius being like, oh, no, we're not going to stay in that darkness, in that heaviness. We're about to turn that shit into light. We're about to turn that shit into fire. We're about to turn that shit into like optimism, positivity, and we're going to go for it. And then Earth energy with Capricorn season kind of starts to trickle in and tell you, and then you have to figure out how to ground it a little bit more, how to bring it down to earth, how to turn it into a working mechanism, into like a function, a machine that part of a cog of a bigger system at play. So this is a lot of what I'm feeling with this devil energy over here. It's kind of like, just don't forget to put your mouth where your money is. You know, don't forget to kind of like really be aware of some other truths that are going on here. It's going to help your growth. Okay, moving on to the beginnings oracle. See? What did I just say? Like, oh my God. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is part of your growth. This is part of your learning, to understand that this is part of the journey. The Ace of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It's the Ace. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And it's falling under new beginnings. And Ace cards are about new beginnings. It's about starting new. So this is going to be a big growing period for you, Sagittarius. It's going to be a big growing period for you, because it's really going to be about grounding your ideas and figuring out how to really turn your ideas into reality, into the material world. Okay? Okay. And then we have the King of Swords. I mean, I know that you guys don't see how this is playing out, but to me, it's just like so obvious. The King of Swords is Aquarius. This is Aquarius energy. What comes after Capricorn? Aquarius. Like, I just feel like the path for you is laying itself out in the energies of the signs, in the energies of the seasons, in the energies of the month. It's kind of like, it's like harnessing the power of the cosmos and you're just like that fire energy going through it. But it's so good to learn. It's so good to learn about these different energies, because those are the energies as you move through the seasons, as you move through the months, those are the energies that are going to help you move forward as you learn about them. Stick with me, okay? I got you. I got you. So, King of Swords, Aquarius energy, like all about progress, really about like pushing. Now it's about, so Capricorn season is like about materializing things. Aquarius season is about progressing things forward in like a social dynamic, in a technological dynamic, in like a I know that this is a reading for December, but the fact that like this is something that you can start thinking about now, I feel like this isn't a reading for February. This isn't a reading for January. This is a reading for December. And it's kind of like these are things that maybe you should just start thinking about right now. Getting yourself in line and in alignment with the universe and with the cosmos and with astrology and with just like how things play out in the bigger picture in terms of like energy. So I see this King of Swords as an energy. I don't necessarily see this. I see this King of Swords as like a figure or a person. There might be a person who can really. This could be a person who's already in your life, or a person who. This could be somebody you already know. My best friend is an Aquarius, okay. But this could be somebody who you already know, or who will come into your life, and somebody you can learn from. Someone who can teach you more about that kind of energy. And it can really kind of help you in terms of where it is you want to go when you're ready to manifest your ideas into the material realm. Okay. How to like progressing your ideas forward, kind of being like ahead of the curve a little bit, okay? We do have Aquarius, the age of Aquarius coming up soon. And then we have the Justice card. Ooh, very interesting. Libra energy. Okay, so we're closing out this reading with the Justice card. I was wondering if it was going to be a Pisces card. I was like, that'll just be too much. That's just doing too much. Like, okay, you want to give me a little bit of Capricorn, a little bit of Aquarius, but now, like, oh, we're really jumping all the way to Pisces now. Okay, so Justice is Libra. By the end of the month, it's really going to be about figuring out your balance and all. It's going to be balancing all these different energies, balancing it all out. I also kind of see this as you yourself are creating justice. You're creating harmony. You're creating through this Aquarian energy, like whatever idea, whatever creative process or idea that you are trying to materialize and manifest and put into the material realm, it should be with consideration to this energy of like justice. It should be with consideration to the realm of harmony and equality and balance with all things. Okay, that is where the power in your like once your material world begins to manifest itself, it's going to be important to understand balance. Okay, it's going to be important to understand balance. I just think that this is kind of like the universe telling you, don't forget. Don't forget about this. Don't forget about this justice energy. Don't forget about this deeper need for things to be harmonized and balanced in the world. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. So this is your reading for December 2020. Hopefully this helped. Please come back for your mid-December, and I will see you next time. Bye.